Isn't? Yeah. You know, it's so perfect. This is so perfect. We're talking about blessings. Was that a big blessing? I mean, and here's the deal. We're talking about opening to receive blessings. Okay? So you had to open to receive that, Harold, to be able to get that download to deliver, to give the blessing. So it kind of works. I just was thinking about that, is that he opened and this incredible download comes and then we get the blessing. And so that's what I want to talk about, is us being open to receive the blessings that we're to give in the world, because it's kind of a circular deal, you know, about blessing. It's about opening in our heart and then giving the blessing out to each other. And when we are blocked, right, with fear and all the stuff going on in our life, we can't get the blessings. We can't get the downloads that we need to get when we have fear and we've got stuck energy. You know, it's like we build these fences around us and then we don't feel the energy that God downloads through us. And that's what happens when we're in sync and when we're in alignment. We get this incredible power of, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a sweetness that comes through you and makes you who you are, makes you the best that you are. And our blessings then are not just abundance and prosperity. I mean, that's, everybody talks about that being, you know, the blessings, but it's more than that. You know, it's a connection, it's love. It's love that comes through us. But see, it takes strength and it takes a lot of courage to stay open. It really does, because sometimes it hurts to be open, because your heart's hanging out there. It hurts sometimes. So I'm talking about, you know, opening your heart. And I say that in the prayer sometimes. I say, you know, let's open our heart. Because that's what we do in the morning before the talks, hopefully. Before you hear the talk, your heart is open. And that's why we do meditation, we do the music and the song, you hear Robert. Everything is so your heart will be open so that you can receive the blessing. And that's what we need to do every day. You know, I get up in the mornings and boy, if I don't spend a few minutes just opening it and letting my heart open, I can't receive the energy I need to be able to make it through the day. And so it's real important that we know that. We've opened to this divine intelligence that puts us through the day. If we open to intelligence, our decisions that we make through the day are made for us with a higher energy than we have. One time I read this and I was thinking about it. It was from Martha Graham to Agnes DeMille. Might have been the other way around. They're both dancers. And it was something like, there is this vitality, she says, this life force that is translated through you into action. Through you into action. And because there is only one you in all of time, that expression is unique. And if you block it, it will never exist in any other medium, and it will be lost to the world. And it just touches my heart, because it doesn't have to be in dancing. It can be in our lives. You know, is that this energy of God is unique through each of us. There will never be another Holly that does the same laugh, that does the same gifts that you have. You know, there'll never be another Sandra that has the, like, it's God expressing as Sandra, as Holly, as Pat, as Bob. It's God expressing as each of you uniquely. And if you don't open and get that download, you won't express to your fullest. Does that make sense? You won't be your best. And that's what we're called to do. We're called to open to this sweetness of life and then to take it out into the world. And that always touches my heart, because I think of how much of my life and how much of your life that's been blocked and we haven't been able to give it out to the world. And the more we're open, the more blessings that we have, and they are translated into action. So what action do you have that shows your God stuff? See? Now, we have ego stuff. Lots of us have ego stuff. But it's our God stuff that gets us through life. It's our God stuff that we're talking about here, that we move and we live and we have as our being. See? It's this energy of blessing, and it's in every single one of us. It's in every single one of us. And I think that living in blessing is just an attitude. It's an attitude of life. You know? You're either a blesser or a complainer. You know? And I'm not saying you're just a blesser, you have a little bit of all in you, and some days you're a blesser, and some days you're a complainer. And I'm thinking about, something happens. I just heard this, I listened to this Jesus Christ show. Do you ever guys listen to that on the, I know you do, Pat. It's interesting. I don't know what I think about it, but I like to listen because this guy says, good morning, I'm Jesus, and then everybody calls in and they go, hi Jesus, and he kind of talks to them. And I mean, it's kind of fascinating, what they say, and I like the guy, I don't agree with a lot of his, stuff, but I really kind of get a kick out of him. But I forgot where I was going with this. I really did. Yeah, well, anyway, listen to the show, okay? It's kind of an interesting show, and it kind of gets me going there. So, but yeah, he was talking about, what he said was there was too many complainers. He said that you take one thing like your daughter's wedding or something exciting in your life, and you'll find the one thing wrong about it. Instead of blessing everything and talking about it and saying how wonderful it is, you find the one thing that was bad about it and complain about it. So that's kind of struck me, I thought, wow, that's kind of interesting, that we really do that. We're complainers or blessers. How are you going to be today? You going to be the blesser today, or are you going to be a complainer? So it's this attitude that we live with, and I love that beginning reading. It was like, bless this, bless that, go outside, and bless that church, bless the building over there, bless everything in your life. And when you do, it creates like this energy inside of you. It really, really does. I believe it changes us. I know it changes us, and I'm going to tell you why. You guys, who does Facebook here? Anybody, okay, I hate it, but I do it. Okay? I do it sometimes. I look on there, and so I've got friends on Facebook, and if you don't know what Facebook is, you friend people, and then you have all these friends, right? And that you don't really see that often, but they're your friends. Okay, so I had and somebody told me that you could defriend, and the other person wouldn't know it. Okay. Not true. Okay, so I went on and all these posts all the time on just this negative stuff, and it was driving me crazy, and I try to pass it, but every time I go on, it was just some stuff, that drove me nuts, so I defriended somebody, I still love the person, but I just defriended him. Well, I didn't think he'd ever know. All of a sudden, I get a post, on my email, and it says, thanks a lot, Rev, real spiritual. Wow, oh man, and I'm going, oh wow, I didn't even know I did that, I just figured he would never, and then I thought, well, maybe I'll just say I hit the button accidentally, I was thinking of all these ways, that then I'm going, that's not authentic, is it, so I just was, I got to bite the bullet, so I emailed him and I go, look, I love you, I always, you're a good friend, but I just don't like your posts, and they make me, they hurt my feelings, I guess, because sometimes they make me hurt, and I didn't want to feel it anymore. So that's all I said, but I said I love you, and that was kind of the end of it, until I got back this email. It was a ripping email that just was mean and hurt my feelings, and for a couple of days I was just like, going, wow, this is, and I was like eating, sleeping, and every time I would turn around I was thinking about this, because I don't like that. If my life's not clear, if the people in my life, if I have any kind of stuff, it bugs me. I just have to be clear in it, and it really, really bothered me. And I wasn't sure what to do. Well, we were talking about blessing, and what I know about blessing is that my work isn't to change him, right? To email him and say, you hurt my feelings. That was my first, thing I wanted to do, was call and say, you hurt my feelings, and all this. And then I'm going, why do that? And I worked on blessing him. And I swear to God I did this. I went to bed at night and I saw him blessed. I saw him prosperous. I saw him filled with love, with humility. I saw him the way that he really is, which is God's self. And, then I kind of changed the energy and the way I felt about him. And I felt better. I was ready at that time. The day it happened, I was not ready to bless him. But I was ready a couple days later. And when I went to bed and I just saw him, in his light and his beauty, I got up in the morning and there was an email. It was a beautiful email. And it just said, I'm sorry. And it was, I wouldn't even get into it. But I thought to myself, wow, not only was I able to change the way I felt about it, I was able to change him. I really believe that. And why is that? You know, we can do that. We change other people when we change ourselves. We change lives. And I think it's because we're connected. There's a space. And it's the, I don't know what the space is. It's something that where God is. And sometimes when we're connected there, we see life differently. We see life differently. And when we change, it changes the other. I'm so excited about that, because I think that if we can do our life that way, you know, if we can know that if we have challenges and blessings, because it's hard to bless everybody. There's people in your life right now, you go, I'm not ready to bless. And if, you know, I know that. And if you're not, let me tell you this. I'm not just saying, okay, just bless them, and you'll be fine. That's not what I'm saying. If you're not ready to bless, you need to find out why you're not ready. If you're not ready, you have to work through it. But when you are sick and tired of that feeling, and it took me a couple days, I was sick and tired of thinking about it, of feeling about it, of running it around in my head, I was ready to let it go. So you have to be ready before you can bless. And I love this because one author I talked about said blessing. See, blessing is like the lubricant for prayer. And what does that mean, you know? And it means that prayer, see, is really feeling an emotion. And when you are feeling this incredible loving emotion, that's what you get back. But when you're not, you get that back too. So blessing is a release, right? And that's why the old Essenes, I think, maybe James can tell me, I don't know if they had, it was in their writings, that you could prepare for prayer by doing this, by being able to bless things, that you cleared out the stuck stuff in you, so that you could move forward and pray and feel this incredible emotion of love. Because it's kind of hard sometimes when you got all this stuff that someone said to you or whatever's going on in your life, you know, and here you are, you know, just trying to see love, see them in love. You have to bless it first. You have to be ready to just let it go. Really, blessing is about letting go. You know, it is. It's about letting go and seeing the other differently. So blessing is the work we do here. All of our work on this spiritual journey is about us, right? It's not about changing anything out there first. See, I think it does. I think it always changes what's out there when we change ourselves first. And that's what we're to learn, you know, is that we have the power within us to shift. Not only ourselves, but the world. So we start right here. In the Gospel of Thomas, which is is that one of the Dead Sea Scrolls that they found, I think, with the Gospel of Thomas? No?
Not Kamani.
Okay. Anyway, it was that, what he said. Anyway, it said in there, these were like the writings of Jesus, and he said, if you bring forth that which you have within you, it will save you. If you do not, it will destroy you. And I love that. See, you know what that means? You can't just bury it down there. I was just mad at that guy. If I wouldn't have brought it up and been able to feel it and to bless it and move on, then I would still be in that, what he said, I would be destroyed. So I love that. And so that's what I guess the message I'm trying to get across to you. I always say BAM it. Bless it, accept it, and move on. Get it? B-A-M. And so when you have stuff in your life and you're ready to let it go, bless it, accept it, and move on. BAM it. See, instead of saying damn it, you say BAM it. Right? Right. So bless all those, man, who are suffering right now, you know, with all the stuff that's going on in the world. Bless that. Bless it when you're ready. You know, those who witness the suffering. Bless us. And above all, bless yourself. You know, bless yourself for all of the stuff that you've gone through in your life. Do random acts of blessing. Random acts of blessing. When you leave here today, bless it. Bless each other. Bless everything. My prayer to each and every one of us is that we do open. You know, we get the download from God. And then that we take that energy and that vitality and we take it out to the world and share and bless. Thank you.